Podtacular, the unofficial Halo Universe podcast. Episode 95 for the week of January 8th, according to Fumo Jive, 2006. But we all know it's 2007.
All right, gentlemen, let's get freaky!
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Podtacular, the unofficial Halo Universe podcast. I'm your host, Fumo Jive.
I'm JVB.
I'm Axel Thor.
I'm Dr. 120. What's up?
I'm Clownex talking from a paper tube. Well, I am.
And
I'm Night Shadow.
And I'm Sapidru.
Welcome
Are you
aboard.
guys asleep? Because, I mean, the last time you said that, you were like the last people who were like 10 seconds. And who else?
No, I'm just waiting for Night Shadow.
yeah.
And Night Shadow's waiting for Sappa.
All right. Well, yeah. Welcome, everybody.
Do my paperclip collection.
Welcome, everybody. This is the Roundtable Show, where we got a whole bunch of people in a big conference call, and we're all going to be talking about one thing today, and it is the Wii. All about the Wii. This is not Halo related, as it turns out. Even though we got no excuses for that because it's the unofficial Halo Universe podcast and all. But next week we'll be back
I
to
thought
Halo
this
3.
was the Halo Wars show. Oh, never mind. Wrong place. Never mind.
So, yeah, we're going to be talking all about the Wii this show, what we think about it. We got a bunch of people here who have the Wii or have played a lot with it and are going to be talking all about it. We're going to be talking about the games. We're going to be talking about the online play. We're going to be talking about all kinds of different stuff. So, and somebody's got a
And there's a
cuckoo
cuckoo
clock
clock going off in the back.
Sorry, that's mine.
They still make cuckoo clocks?
Dude,
I
of all things to go off in the background would be a cuckoo clock.
There's like the cuckoo clock, there's like a huge drum. I'm gonna see if I can find a car alarm somewhere, for a car alarm, make that go off.
Last
Rock in my dad's car.
there was a dog humping a squeaky toy.
Oh my gosh, dude,
What's it called in Click?
so crazy.
It was so funny, man. There was a squeaky thing just going,
Did you
the whole
Didn't that
freaking
happen
night.
in Click? Did you ever guys ever see Click? It was a horrible
Yeah.
movie, but this dog humping this
Yeah,
stuffed
yeah.
duck.
How do we get from the Wii to humping dogs?
I don't know. Somebody is changing the subject a little too quick.
It's called
here.
the Wii.
Real
Hence
quick.
humping.
Real quick,
Yeah.
about last night, we did record a show. There was a little bit of technical difficulty. The finger that was press record malfunctioned, and so the gentleman who was here with us, Killer Zeller, couldn't join us today. So I just want to give him a shout out and say, we'll definitely bring you back again. And it was fun having you on last night, Killer Zeller.
I miss you, dog.
And
Man.
that being said, I'm gonna take the first comment here by Freaks, Halo Freak. Sorry, there's only one of them. He goes, "I got the Wii for Christmas." Whoops. Oh yeah, Uber Ponage. I gotta tell you, it rules like heck. Top games is Zelda and Excite Truck. They both pwn and make good use of the Wii's motion sensing capabilities. There is almost nothing the Wii can't do, with the exception of making a decent omelet. Well, actually, I think you can. I think you can at least,
I'm
blend
sure if
it.
you tried hard enough, you could.
No, that's the PS3.
Yeah.
PS3 makes your omelets.
He says, as soon as he gets his internet connected, he'll be able to, he's going to get his internet in a few weeks. He goes, on an unrelated note, here's a funny Wii story. In the first level on Call of Duty 3, you are ambushed by a German who you need to wrestle by moving the Wii remote and the nunchuck at the same time. My uncle came in my room while I was doing this and saw me in a life or death struggle, and again freaking out. Oh, and began freaking out. All I got it. Well, that's all I got. Anyway,
That's awesome, dude. His
He
uncle's
said,
coming in,
bottom
he's like
line,
writhing on the ground,
we-
like, "Oh, you Nazi! I hate you."
No, for real. Like, when he says like,
He says life or death struggle. All I see is him freaking out, seizuring on the floor with his little remote, check in the air, and his uncle's like, "What's wrong with you?"
I can just imagine some guy just flailing his arms around. Damn you Nazi!
At least all his uncle called him doping in the room. But he also says, bottom line, the Wii Phones 3, the PS3 sucks. I don't care what you say. You're wrong. And he goes, I'm right. Enough said.
Wow.
So,
Actually,
go ahead.
PS3 doesn't suck unless you want to make a George Foreman grill out of it. It is the perfect. Have you seen that?
Then
I think it's PS3grill.com.
True.
Well,
but this is not the
any of you-
PS3 suck show.
Have any of you
Oh yeah. Forgot.
Call of Duty 3?
I've
I
you can go ahead.
yeah, I have it. It's pretty good. It's a lot different than the Xbox and the PlayStation versions. I've played the Xbox version at a friend's house, and very different.
Different in what form? Like, different as far as the action is concerned? I mean, obviously there's a difference in graphics.
Yeah, but the gameplay follows the same story, but some of the levels are a little different. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the part where you fight the Nazi is both in the PlayStation 3 and the 360 and the Wii.
Yeah.
But just, I don't know, some other levels are a little different. Like, there's a sniper's alley in the Wii version, and just a little different.
Hey, I gotta.
Wii to aim.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. How do you
Yes.
control it?
Yeah, you point the Wiimote at the screen, and you just, like, kind of point at where you want to shoot. And then the nunchuck attachment, the joystick is for, like, walking around and stuff.
Now,
Those are all mapped to different
have you
levels.
played games on the PC before with keyboard and mouse?
Yes, I have.
Would you compare the aiming of keyboard and mouse to the Wii? Is it comparable? You know, is it accurate and is there like an advantage of using that?
Actually, using the mouse is a little harder, because with this, you can actually, like, if you want to, you don't have to, but you can extend your arm and kind of, like, get a little more focus in there. And mouse, you're kind of, like, struggling to get it on target. It makes it a little easier.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
pretty cool.
Red Steel, it's how you zoom in by moving the Wiimote towards the screen, and it's kind of awkward.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I would assume that would be kind of awkward. And Excite Truck. Any of you guys play that one?
Yeah, I have. I played a demo of it, and I played it at a friend's house.
Yeah, and what do you think about it?
The controls are, they're a lot of fun, and it's really hard to pick up at first. It's harder than you think it would be. They almost seem kind of loose at the beginning, but then it's really fun when you go through it, because it's not even as much finishing in first. I mean, like, you're going for points, and finishing in first gets you a lot of points, but you get extra points for, like, doing crazy jumps and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So they focus more on actually playing the game to play these stages to the full
Right.
potential, I guess, instead of just having
You ever-
just win and stuff.
You ever played like a Burnout? How it'll give you like these stars for drifting or near misses? Like you get something kind of like that for doing stuff, and you like earn these
Basically,
stars, and
yes.
those are your points.
Well, it's like Project Gotham Racing. You get kudos for doing drifts and whatnot.
Oh, cool.
Right on.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, but like, I think that like Excite Truck, one of the main draws about it is that it's kind of childish. Like all the vehicles look like micro machines. Like
Yeah,
I used to
yeah.
play with when I was a
Yeah.
kid. So I mean, playing that is probably going to be way more fun for younger people and even older people than like the people that like the realism of Project Gotham 3 or Midnight Club 3 or
Well,
just like games like
wouldn't-
that.
I wouldn't call Nightclub or Project Gotham real.
Well, I'm just saying like
Yeah.
graphic-wise, it's better.
Like that. Yeah, I
more
understand what you're
real
saying.
than like
Yeah.
jumping off of ramps and doing 360s with an Excite Truck. Can't do that.
What are you
in real
talking about,
life,
man? I
or if
did
you
that
do, you
just on the
probably
way
won't
home
wake
today, man.
up. Really? Yeah. Dude, you gotta hook me up, man.
Very
You
much around traffic.
gotta teach me how, Fumo. I need to be taught. I want to do a 360 when I park into my parking space at school. People are like, oh my god, he's so cool.
He's Uber.
That's all I'll say, man. Oh my god, he's so cool.
Like I'm driving my truck, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ew. Yeah.
All right, so next topic here.
Who's next?
Well, not next topic, but next person.
Next email. Who's taking this one? Me?
Yeah.
Alex Solar. Or Axel
All
Solar.
right. Okay, Crash Wave says, I got a Wii on launch night, and overall, I'm extremely happy with it. Some of the basics. A Mii is somewhat a 3D cartoon version of basically anybody. You can choose from a variety of mouths, hair, noses, eyes, and colors. Then you can send a Mii over an internet connection to any of your friends, or use it in Wii Sports.
What? So,
Yeah.
how does who's like messed with the Mii's before? What are they
I
like?
have.
Are they cool?
Dude,
I mean,
Mii's are amazing.
They're awesome.
really?
Very,
made
very
mine. Made mine this like really pudgy guy with a goatee and like glasses. I made him look like a tech support guy mixed with an evil genius.
Cool. So what all does it like show up? What
Well,
does
like-
it do? What's the whole
Okay.
point?
Well, like when you play, you can play bowling, and when you play bowling, you can choose your character, and it'll track your stats for that character when you play bowling. But what's really cool is if you have enough characters, like I think it's like 30 or something, when you're playing bowling, they'll be hanging out in the background. Like I made a John Stamos and a Brock from Pokemon, and they were hanging out with my brother on the Wii when I was playing bowling, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. No, I mean it's awesome. It's like
No.
when you can.
Oh, sorry about the gag. Okay, keep going, dude.
All right. Hold on, lost my train of thought. Give me a second. Oh yeah. You can use the Mii in any of the games coming out, or in the games like I think you can use it in WarioWare, and some of the games you can use your Wii. I think it tracks your stats for that. Am I wrong? I thought I heard that.
Yeah. like,
No, it doesn't. It doesn't work on WarioWare, but the upcoming
actually,
game,
Well, there's that game with
Wii-
the cows. I can't remember what it's called.
Wii
Rayman.
Play, is coming out soon.
Cow
Yeah, but
tipping
you play-
extreme.
actually,
For the games you race on cows, it's awesome.
I'm
tipping extreme.
subscribed to Nintendo. This is Nintendo magazine, and actually it says that your Mii will show up in WarioWare. I've seen that, and that is true. You don't play as
that's what I
him,
meant,
but
yeah.
he's in there. Yeah.
Now, how long does it take to create a Mii? On average.
Like
Depending
John
on-
Stamos, I had a picture of him on the internet, and it took me like 20 minutes to get it right.
John Stamos.
Nice.
John Stamos is rabies.
Oh,
Dude, it should
man,
come
you should-
preloaded
you
with
should
John
do a
Stamos, man.
I know.
My Mii would totally be John Stamos.
You should do
I wonder
either
if you can make a.
David Hasselhoff or
Oh yeah.
I made a Chuck Norris.
But basically, mine.
I made all the
looks like-
characters from Pokemon.
No, I basically made mine look like the guy from Office Space. You know, I believe you have my stapler.
Not
Milton.
Dwight. He's from The Office.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, dude. The Office, yeah. That's cool though.
Alright, so
Have you guys seen the Stormtrooper Mii? That's hilarious.
Oh, I have.
Not
Well,
yet.
One Up also has a couple of videos where you can make a bunch of different kinds of Miis. They have like tons of Miis. You can go on One Up and look up from the Wii, and there's tons of videos.
Oh,
yeah,
so
it's
then,
funny.
like- Go ahead.
No, today on Attack of the Show, they had a T-shirt, and it was a T-shirt with somebody's me on it. So I was telling Fumo earlier that this could be a very big marketing tool for Nintendo also. Like they can probably separate it and make it its own type of
Like
yeah.
they send in their Mii or something, and they print it on a shirt.
She was wearing
that-
it.
that's
That's all
cool.
I know. I don't know who was it, but they're selling me shirts now.
I think that'd be a really
think-
cool idea, and it would like holy pull for Nintendo if like someone could send in their Mii to Nintendo, and then they print out a shirt of their Mii doing something on their shirt. I think
No,
that'd be
actually,
awesome.
Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if we'll start doing it on their own. I wouldn't be
It's-
surprised. Sooner or later, we're gonna
That'd
see
be kind of hard though.
meshirt.com or something like that. And believe me, it'll happen.
No, what I like about the Miis is that it's better than gamer tags in a sense that it like gives you more than just a picture like in Halo. It's like an actual like person that almost like a face to a name.
No, you're right. I mean, it does add
Oh,
character, literally, and it gives you a sense of individualism instead of just looking at a gamer tag. I mean, if you have the vision camera, you can put your face on next to your gamer card, but there's something, I guess, taking the time to create your me,
Well, like the Mii is a totally different thing though. It's used for the game. The Mii is part of the Wii. It's part of the game. You're supposed to do it because without a Mii, you can't play. With the gamer tag, it's your identity on an Xbox Live. That's who you are. It's not like a character or anything. Part of the game, you have to have a gamer tag to be on Xbox Live. You don't have to have a Mii to play on your Wii, though.
Oh, okay.
It's like two totally different things. But I mean, they are similar in a way that you're saying it gives it more character, and it kind of gives you more freedom to kind of make it who you are.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's finish up this email here. In Wii Sports, your Mii has various stats, including a score for each of the 5 sports in the game. By playing each sport long enough and good enough, you can achieve pro status. For some sports, this gives you a bonus, which is new and more powerful ball and bowling. As far as the game selection goes, the only one I'm completely content with is Wii Sports. I enjoyed Excite Truck for about an hour, then didn't feel inclined to pick it up and play it again. Sadly, Zelda is the same case for me, and I'm sure others will disagree, but the tasks just seemed too repetitive and bland to me. I got about 5 or 6 hours into it, then I just stopped playing altogether. Overall, I'm quite pleased with the Wii, and it has tons of potential. I just hope that the developers can do a better job utilizing that potential.
I'm sure he'll
And
get
they
his
will.
wish.
They definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, the Wii is still in its early stages. It's like the Microsoft Xbox Live was totally barren when it first started out, and now it's just like thriving. And now I'm sure the Wii will probably do the same thing.
When the
Well,
360 first came out, there was like hardly any good things to buy because they hyped Perfect Dark, but that was a bit of a letdown.
Yeah, well, the thing about third-party support, even Nintendo's finally getting third-party support, but there are always going to be ports, and you're going to have games like Call of Duty 3 that are going to be out in all 3 systems, and of course it's going to look inferior, and they're going to try to do a few things different with the controller and stuff, and that's going to be the main difference between all 3 ports. What's going to carry Nintendo, of course, is like always going to be its first-party support. So that's where you're going to see its full potential, and it's going to be in its first-party games.
So hey, let's talk about Wii Sports because he mentioned that. I'm sure everybody here has, except for me and JVB, probably have played Wii Sports. Let's talk about that. What do you guys think of that, man? I heard that game was fantastic. Some of the different
Some of them
games.
were fantastic, not all of them, though.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out boxing.
What would-
I don't know how you could do the 2 hands thing if only one's a motion sensor.
Yeah, boxing definitely has issues. So does golf. Golf is kind of hard to judge your power when you're swinging the
Yeah, I had trouble
remote,
with golf.
and it's not really like fun. Like if you walk into a room, see someone playing golf, you're like, oh, that's lame. If you see them playing tennis, you're like, oh, dude, I got next round.
Tennis is great. Tennis is like a lot of people describe some of the Wii games as easy to pick up and hard to master. And tennis, I just had trouble trying to aim it, but it was a lot of fun.
Now tennis.
You don't really aim it.
Okay, good.
When I played Wii tennis a lot, I was playing it a bunch on launch day because my friend got one, and we were at an after cast party for a show, the show that we just did. I would just sort of swing my arms around the air like I was retarded or trying, it was like part of the Salvation Army or something. Donate money to us, but and it was fairly fun.
Yeah.
I'm on Dig right now, and
Yeah.
there's so many Wii
I
stores.
quite enjoy baseball. Baseball is definitely one of my favorites on there.
Baseball.
Really?
In baseball, like you get so many different guys, and like I don't know if anyone's seen this, like if you have like other Mii's, they're probably gonna show up in baseball too, right?
Yeah, just your team and the outfielder in your
Sometimes they
lineup.
actually sit in the audience and they cheer for you and stuff like that. Pretty cool.
Cool.
You got John Stamos eating a hot dog.
Yeah.
Nice.
Basically, in baseball, it's one person pitches while the other swings, and like you can hold down a button while you're pitching to change change it to like a fastball or a different kind of thing. And
Okay.
yeah,
That's
and
pretty
it's
cool.
like right. So like if you like do a normal hit, whatever, like I've had it where I hit it and the pitcher caught it and that was an out, and I've had one where I got just a single to first base, and then I had another where I hit a home run. So it's kind of really depends on how you hit it.
Alright.
The only thing you have to remember with baseball is not to throw your remote and not to drop it.
Oh, man. Have you guys seen that stuff with the YouTube videos whenever people throwing their Wiimotes in accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh well, there's a video
Have you
that I
seen the,
saw last night, and this guy's recording his parents playing, and the mom is playing tennis, and she hits the ball and it whips right into his face and hits the camera.
Yeah, I saw that. That was on Attack of the Show.
That's crazy, man.
That definitely
Like,
got.
they had like a
we have a
recall.
problem.com if you don't know what we're talking about.
They had like a recall on like the Wiimote for the straps. I guess they're making like a better strap thing on them.
Yeah.
Apparently they were breaking or something.
My question is, do you get that involved in the game where you kind of forget what you're doing?
Yeah.
Not really.
It's-
You just need
it's
to
one of
have
the things where
self-control.
it's one of the things where you really could play it by just barely moving it. You know, like some people just call that toolbox gaming, I think was the term. But it's just so much fun to just really get in there and swing like crazy and just, play it like a maniac. So it's a lot more fun.
Getting a
when you do
life
it
or
that
death
way.
struggle with the Nazi and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just imagining like him like rolling on the ground, like having the Wiimote and the nunchuck, like he's choking the Nazi and like he's being choked and he's on the ground like. His uncle walks in and he's like, "What the crap is going on?"
You know, I'm not going to start any lotteries about this, but I'm not going to say I condone this, but I wonder who's the first person who's going to hang himself via Wii.
Oh wow.
Like they try to like lasso something and the cord gets trapped around the neck or some sort of like Final Destination style kill.
When they front flip off of their couch trying to do a move, and it's over.
That is morbid, but somehow funny.
Yeah.
All right.
Dude, it's
Guess we-
bogus yet semi-humorous.
I guess we can move on to Night Shadow.
Right.
Okay.
All right. This one's from Night Shadow. It says, hey Podtac, it's Night Shadow, and I have some reviews on the Wii. Got the Wii. Hey, it's friggin' amazing. I think it has everything a Nintendo fan could want. Let me start off with Wii Sports. I think it's so fun and great for the family. The experience points from when you playing alone gives you a great challenge. I've made it in pro bowling, or made it pro in Wii Bowling, and it's so fun. Second, the backward compatibility is much better than that of the 360 because it plays all GameCube games instead of a few. This is great for those who love the classic Super Smash Bros. Melee. Shop channel is great for those who can relax playing a nice classic from Nintendo. Well, that's all I have to say for now. Great job, guys, and keep trying bragging truck.
And when he says he can play GameCube games, I've heard you can put the disc in there, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And you can, like, how you do that is you just gotta have a GameCube controller and you plug it in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now with the backwards compatibility, I mean, we all know that Xbox 360 has its fair shares of trouble with that because it's doing it through emulation, with software. Whereas the Nintendo Wii is using pretty much the same hardware architecture that it did with the GameCube.
Right. So
So
for,
it's a lot easier. Plus, you're getting old games that are like 8 megabytes big, So it's a lot easier to download and stuff. Now, when you download these virtual console games, what are you using as a storage device?
The Wii comes with onboard memory. I'm not sure exactly how much is on there, but it's just like flash memory.
Yeah, 500 megabytes, I believe it was.
Yeah, that's it. And
Yeah.
the games don't take that much memory. It's like not
Right.
even. It's not even funny how
Flash.
little it is.
So
here's how
this-
it works. Like,
does
you
it-
got on your main screen, like, you got all these different, like, they're called channels, or these little windows,
Mhm.
and you can only have, like, so many, like, you only have, however many channels there, so you can only hold so many
Yes.
games there. And for the controllers, how that works is, like, you can buy this like, retro controller thing for playing, like, a Super Nintendo and other games. And if you're playing an NES game, you can just actually, if you turn the Wiimote on its side, that's basically what it is, an NES controller. The normal Wiimote, it's like got, the control pad and
Yeah.
the A and B.
I did see that, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm actually holding the arcade. That's what they call it, the arcade controller. And what it does is you plug it into the back of the Wiimote, like kind of like how the nunchuck plugs in.
Mhm.
Just plug it in the back, and you can just set it down, and it works just like a normal controller. It has two joysticks, it has a directional pad or the C pad, There's an A, B, X, and Y, and it has 2 bumpers.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen it. It looks pretty cool. So, how many virtual console games do you guys have?
I
Yeah.
have bought one, and
Okay. And how much was it?
Mario 64. Yeah.
How much was it? Like, how much was it to purchase?
300 Wii points, which is basically like around $3 to $5.
Cool.
Not a bad price. And the performance of the game itself, of Mario 64. I mean, did you play it on the game? Excuse me, Nintendo 64.
Yes.
Was it? I mean, does it control the same visually? Is it improved slightly, or is it a exact replica?
It's a little different than you might think, because like the controller, like normally you would use the C-pad to like point your way, but this time it's a little awkward because it's on the left side of your directional joystick, so the way you're walking is a little different than the way you're controlling your camera. But I think you can map it to the other joystick, so it's not that hard.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah, that game's
So
classic, man.
how important is it to have backwards compatibility in your console? I mean, is it a big deal? To me, it's not that much of a big deal.
To me,
Is
it wouldn't sell me a console on its own.
Right. For a lot of people, they get rid of their console and get a new one. You know, like I'm gonna give away my old Xbox to a friend because I just got my 360.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like all the games I have are backwards compatible except for the old Ghost Recon, and I got the new one anyways.
Exactly. Well, I know Fumo Jive has his opinion on backwards compatibility, right?
Yeah. See, I had the problem I had is that I still have my Xbox One because when I went to go sell my possibly sell my Xbox One to get my 360, right? I went in there and I found out that I had 15 games or something like that, more than 15, that don't work on the 360. And I'm like, holy crap,
Yeah.
dude. I'm not just gonna like give up all this money I spent on these games, you know, and just like throw them out the window.
I hear that.
So, yeah, so,
I saw that you put Brothers in Arms.
oh, yeah. Yeah, man.
Is that-
Brothers in Arms. I think both of them don't work on the 360. I know the first one doesn't. So that was like, oh man, can't just give up Brothers in Arms, man. That is the game right there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like with the Xbox 360, there's still a few games that I do want to see become backwards compatible. But I mean, like Shenmue 2 is one of my favorite Xbox games, and it's finally backwards compatible. And I was gonna buy it, then I'm like, you know, when am I really gonna play it compared to the other games that I currently have that I haven't finished yet?
Yeah.
That are, of course, you know, new gen, because of course we can't call these consoles next gen anymore. So I don't know. To me, I think backwards compatibility is a little overrated.
Well, oh, one thing I was explaining last night is that the thing I think is a big point with backwards compatibility, right? Is that I don't have a GameCube, but I know there's been a bunch of fantastic games that came out on the GameCube that I never got to play. Now, I know that when I get a Wii, I'm also going to get compatibility with the GameCube, and because a Wii is a step above the GameCube, now GameCube games are suddenly super cheap because the GameCube is not current generation system anymore. So because of that, not only do I, get to play a whole bunch of GameCube games, but they're now cheaper, and since a whole bunch of them have come out, I can, just look on the internet and find out which ones are the best ones, and so I get like 3 in 1 right there.
And you gotta get Resident Evil 4. That's the
That's like the, well, it's not the game to get on GameCube, but it is it's a pretty awesome game when you compare the GameCube and its capabilities and how they made that game look beautiful.
It's like the
I was a fan
goriest
of
game.
Super Smash Brothers, so I'm thinking of going back and buying that. And also
Well, I
picking up,
buying
like, Mario
GameCube
Kart.
before I bought an Xbox, and I was a huge Nintendo supporter, and I still am, but I bought that thinking that it was going to have online play and everything, and it didn't. And third-party support was very limited. Eventually, I went with the Xbox, and I don't regret it. But the GameCube did have some real good titles. So yeah, with the Wii, the fact you can use on this GameCube disc on the Wii, that's definitely a huge plus.
Yeah. I think we lost someone.
Cuckoo clock's
Who
going
left?
off
Let me
again.
see. Did,
Dang, man, what does that go
Oh,
off
we
like every
lost
15 minutes or something?
Oh, it was Sappa? Wow. All right. So I'll send
Okay.
another invite. So let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
I'll just do this one.
Go for it.
Crash Course says, I'm doing an article for the school newspaper on how people lose grip of the controller and the wrist strap break. The controller goes straight into your new Xbox 360. What? Or straight into your 40-inch plasma screen HD TV. Also, people are getting hurt while playing. Dislocated knees, broken arms, you name it. Go to wehaveaproblem.com for more info.
Yeah, it's
Wait, so if I do get a Wii, I won't have any problem because I don't have a 40-inch plasma?
Or if you have an Xbox 360, it gravitates towards that. It goes straight into it.
Plenty of room with
It's-
padding on it. That's all.
Yeah.
How do you break your arm while playing the Wii? I mean, the Wii is like 1/8 of the mass of my arm. I mean,
Well,
I have a massive
can-
arm though, but
Blow up. They're okay.
some people,
Or-
Can't hear you, JVB. It's breaking up a bit.
Yeah.
But, dude, one thing,
Sorry.
though, is that I think the reason a lot of people, get, like, injuries with the Wii and stuff is because they're a bunch of, like, nerds that don't get any exercise. And they get up and, like, swing their arms around, and they're like, ah, my arm, I'm swinging it.
I mean, you're gonna see me up there soon.
My arm is dislocated.
Rail nerd from Michigan is hospitalized.
What happened to him? Oh, he tried to exercise a little bit. It was horrible.
Call the Wii ambulance.
the ambulance.
Yeah, yeah,
Wii ambulance.
Weambulance.
What I wonder is, what would Bungie do if they started working on the Wii? Because I just found a Master Chief me out there. So I was like, maybe they could bundle it in, or do some like dual wielding with the nunchuck. That's just my crazy ideas.
Nice.
Maybe they could
They
have
could sell. I think Bungie should start selling screenshots of Halo 3 just to make more money.
I would buy
But
that.
So-
back on topic.
Yeah, back on topic. With
That's-
the controller, let's talk a little bit more about, how does the nunchuck work? Does it? I understand there's like a motion sensor in that, right? But is there like rumble in that, and there's the speaker and something, and there's
no rumble in it.
Yeah, there's no speaker in the nunchuck. It's basically got a cord that attaches to the nunchuck controller, thus making it a nunchuck. And it's basically got, it's almost kind of like the 360, I mean is in the way it's got the shoulder button and the trigger button.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got that, and it's got a control stick.
okay.
And,
Does the Wii controller have rumble?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Hey, how many
All right, pretty cool.
does the Wii come with more than one controller, or does it come with just one?
I think it comes with a controller and a nunchuck.
No, you have to
Oh
buy
yeah,
a nunchuck
control
separate.
nunchuck, that's it.
You have to buy a nunchuck separate. Okay. So
Yeah.
that kind of sucks
Comes
because
with
you
Wii
have to
Sports.
have it for certain games, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's certain
Like
games
for
to
Wii
play with.
Sports, it's all of them besides boxing don't need it, but boxing you do need a nunchuck for it.
And if you want to play Zelda, of course, you need.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So you're pretty much forced to buy it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Kind of like
$60 for a controller if you're looking at pricing right now.
Yeah, that's kind of pricey.
yeah.
Hey, we never talked about Zelda really in detail. We kind of glossed over it. What do you guys think of Zelda?
Oh man, I got to play Zelda and it was, I don't care what anyone else says. I thought it was really great. It's basically
it's-
when you. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I think it's good on the GameCube, but from what I'd seen on the Wii, it's nothing special. I think that with the controller, it makes it a little bit more harder, and it's a port. It's a GameCube game that was ported to the Wii, so you're not getting updated graphics that everyone was expecting. I think some people were kind of like, "Oh, this is better," but it's kind of like the same thing. There's the dungeons, you get the key, you go around, but I mean that's Zelda for you.
Yeah.
Know, that's how all the Zelda games are. That's how they always will be. They're made for Nintendo fans. Nintendo fans are used to that. They don't like change. They like they like updated graphics, but gameplay they pretty much want the same. And I think that the Wii changed it. Some of them embraced and liked it, and some are still kind of working their way there. But I think that Zelda is a way better game on the GameCube. Just from seeing my brother-in-law play it and my friend play it on the Wii, I was way more interested when he was playing it on the GameCube than when he was playing on the Wii.
Well,
Yep.
I personally really like the Wii version. I thought, well, the one aggravating part of it was when you're trying to aim, it's really, really sensitive, and it's really hard to hit a specific target. So mainly just use like this kind of auto-target system if you want to hit something. And basically to attack, you kind of swing your remote, and if you want to do that awesome spin attack, you kind of shake the nunchuck thing around. And you know, it's one of the things where really the way you swing doesn't affect too much, but you know, I'm one of the people that kind of goes crazy and swings it, you know, like a sword.
So in other words,
like,
you can't play that game if it's 3 in the morning and you're a little tipsy or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Dude, your controller's gonna go right
scared
into your
to get-
Xbox
I
360,
haven't-
man, or your 40-inch plasma TV.
I've not played Wii Zelda. Did they ruin the hook shot?
haven't gotten that
they
Claw
ruined the
shot
hook
now.
shot.
It's like what I've read is it's the hook shot, it's long shot, and then like you get like then it's like the double claw shot.
There's the claw shot you get, and then you get a dual claw shot for some of the later on levels when you have to attach to a wall, and then you have to attach to another wall and keep going. It makes it a little bit more easier when you have two of them.
Kind of like, you know, Indiana Jones, you know, just like
Like
swinging.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, my son has a GameCube, and I'm thinking of picking it up for the GameCube
He would like it, trust me.
because you know, no, well, my son's 5. He's not really gonna be into that. It's for me. I mean, I've played the original, you know, gold-plated cartridge.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
you
I
kidding
played the
me?
gold version, dude.
Yeah, that was
I
like
think that
the first
that-
game I can remember,
yeah.
like non-stop, you know, playing non-stop and 5 hours
I
on
think
end.
the first Zelda I played non-stop was Link to the Past. That game was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man.
That
Dude.
game really started the whole craze. I mean, the first one was awesome, but Link to the Past really was just such a step up that it just
I was so hooked on that game,
Yeah.
man.
buzz about Zelda and Link.
Now, what would you guys rate Zelda Twilight Princess?
I'd give it a 3 out of 5.
Wow,
Dang.
really?
4.5.
I
I
mean,
give it a
was
3.
I'd give it a 5 out of 5.
Yeah, I mean, it's good,
It's not
but the
the
gameplay
best.
is a little edgy. Like, there's some parts that were really hard. Like, my brother-in-law was on this one level. I think it took him 3 hours to get out of this really short dungeon because he'd missed one room and he'd done every other room, and he had to go back to that room and didn't remember which room it was. And there's
Well,
like
that's
that
that
you
kind
had
of
to
game in
hit in
general.
order to get to this one room. Yeah, I know, but I've never played another Zelda like that where it's taken me 3 hours to get out of like a boss room or something like that. That's this one's just
Yeah.
kind of edgy, and there's some areas that need some work. But I mean, overall, it's a decent game. But I was expecting way more, so that's why I think it's a 3 out of 5. It's not perfect, but I mean, it's decent.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
definitely, everyone's definitely going to, you know, play Twilight Princess and until the real Wii version of Zelda comes out.
Right.
I guess, you know, we can say that. So, but from what I heard, it's a very, very great game. So,
Yeah, it's getting
Uh,
perfect 10s on a lot of different gaming sites and stuff. As far as like, you know, the critics, they love it. So
Yeah.
But-
X-Play gave it a 5 out of 5.
yeah.
So average-wise, we here at Podtacular give it a 4
Out of 5.
out of 5.
4.0.
That was
I
an
didn't know he
unbelievably
was
long
scared.
hold
Okay.
because I was holding my breath the whole time.
No,
I
we
didn't
need
know,
some
I didn't know
absurd
Adam
sound
was here.
effect.
All right. So, Sapajou, since you got disconnected before, you can
Yeah.
read yourself.
Please do.
Okay.
Savager's back?
Yes,
Yeah.
I am.
Oh,
Not for a
yes.
while.
I didn't know.
Yourself.
Wii is, well, I misspelled it, but the Wii is awesome. Some of the coolest things
Dude, you
about
said
the Wii are the
asswom.
creating.
Asswom. Your
What is an
mom's
asswom, man? Is that like a type of gnome or something? Asswom.
Okay,
It
some of
sounds
the
like
coolest-
from Lord of the Rings or something.
No, I know, right? Lord Arswom.
What
The
asswom?
gnomes.
Guide us with your wisdom.
Some of the coolest things about the Wii are the creating of your avatars, aka Miis. Your Miis can be used for Wii Sports and your stats. But coming soon is Wii Play, which is a collection of mini games that takes
Jesus,
advantage of
Publish.
your Miis.
Okay.
Another
You mean the
cool
one
thing
where I
about
just
the
got the
Wii is a
headline?
virtual console and the Opera web browser. A virtual console is basically where you go to download your favorite classic games like Super Mario. Most kind of like Xbox Live Arcade. Opera web browser is, well, you guessed it, a web browser from Opera. The moment
Really?
is only it is only a trial version, but soon it will be a full-fledged version, and it so far it supports Flash like YouTube. You can check your emails, go on your message boards, Podtacular. And last but not least, I'm just gonna say that Zelda rules and is the best installment of the franchise yet. So all in all, yes, I am a wiener.
Nah. You're a wiener, man.
Okay, so Asswom, could
Hey,
you tell
hey,
us
everyone,
about the
I
a
Swamp.
little more about the web browser?
I
The
Hello.
web browser, it works just like a normal Internet Explorer. Not Internet Explorer, but it has a little gray bar on the bottom of your screen, and it has like the refresh, home, favorites, and cancel. So you can do all the cool stuff. You can type with an on-screen keyboard, so it's pretty easy. And yeah, it works just like a normal browser.
Now it's a trial version, so obviously there's going to be a retail price. Do you have any idea how much? Have they said anything about pricing?
No, they haven't.
And would you pay? What would be the maximum amount of money you would pay for the Opera browser?
$10 maximum.
$10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a fair price for an online browser, as long as it's a flat rate.
Yeah.
There's no, different
they
type
better
of
not.
fees, no Wii fees.
Dude,
Whoa.
what the crap was that?
We just got stabbed on Podtacular.
Oh,
What the
man.
hell, man?
Somebody was playing with their Wii, and mommy walked into the room.
Dude, we have heard it all on Podtacular, man. We got the screaming at the top of the lungs. We got the cuckoo clock. We got the yesterday we had a dog playing with a squeaky toy and it was weird, weird, weird. We had like a phone ringing that sounded like it was from the Matrix, like an old phone. It was like, ding. Dude, we've had freaking everything, man. Oh, we had a mom screaming, saying, "I don't care what you're doing if you're on Skype. You gotta go to bed right now."
That's hilarious.
We are the show where you hear it all.
Yeah, really. That's what you get with the round table, man. You
We're
just never
worse
know
than
what's gonna
Howard
happen.
Stern.
We're not worse than Howard Stern, fortunately. We'd have to be quite a
Yeah,
ways
yeah.
further.
Howard, we're free. Howard Stern is now serious.
Yeah, Mr.
I
Fortunately,
forgot how
there's
much
more
serious it is.
differences between us and Howard Stern than that.
Oh, on the note of Wii Play, I just found the headline. It's going to be released February 12th, 2007. So do what you will, but that's what I hear the release date is.
Right.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, now that
All
we're
right.
thoroughly scared out of our freaking pants, man.
Is someone doing one of those maze things where you get to the second level and then you get to the end and then like, "Blah!" You know what I'm talking about? Or the things where it's find the difference in these two's picture and then like after 5 seconds screams at you.
Oh man, I hate those. I had one where it plays Jingle Bells, like, like there's a secret message when you play Jingle Bells backwards. Like halfway through, it just.
Oh, I know. Yeah, those YouTube things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me, I'm really jittery because technically I have ADHD. Technically. So I'm really jittery, so when I see something like that, I just jump back, I fall into things, because I have a very large chair.
Oh.
So I'm like falling over, stuff like, help me.
I know. About him.
Turning over small pads.
So, okay, take go Morocco. Ninja.
You're breaking up, dude.
Yeah, who's taking Morocco?
Let's see. Why don't I do it? Why don't I do it? Let's see. Morocco Ninja says, I feel that the name of the Wii is childish sounding, but also somewhat inappropriate. There are many situations where the use of it can sound wrong. For example, can I bring my Wii over? Then we can both play with our Wiis.
Sound like
Can I say
Jack
something right
Thompson.
now?
But
Like,
see,
can I
that's
say
just
something?
little kids being kids. If you're like an
Yeah.
adult, you won't mess around with the name. I mean, sometimes you probably will. Just like, oh, I'm playing with my Wii, guys. Ha 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 ha. But some of the guys are gonna be like, hey guys, we're gonna play with our Wii. Isn't that so gross? And then they're like little kids. They're just like trying to make a joke out of it. I know Nintendo.
Oh,
Can,
actually,
can I just say something?
Kids, I think that's why they
True.
did that. Because the
Yeah.
Wii gets stuck in your head. You're not gonna forget what the Wii is.
True.
Sometimes people are probably like, what's a PlayStation when it first came out? But like, oh, dude, you know what the Wii is? Of course I know what the Wii is.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like it's easy to remember, easy to pronounce, you know, in every language, you know, no matter what language you are, you can probably pronounce Wii.
Well, the best one day, a friend of mine, well, not a friend of mine, but a coworker of mine at work. We're talking about video games because, of course, you know, I'm always talking about the Xbox 360. So he's like, "Did you hear about the WII?" And I'm like, "You mean the Wii, dude?" He goes, "The what?"
The
I'm like,
WII.
That's what it is. It's the Wii.
For the
Like,
W2.
WII. Dude.
WII. Walking around calling it the
But the
WII all day.
The name, I mean, I know what they're trying to, I mean, did explain. I mean, it's going to be the Revolution. Me-
The Revolution, that was awesome, man.
Yeah, man, that's a sweet name, man. And it's kind of. I remember when they came out with the Wii name, and they were kind of spreading around the internet, and everybody's like, "Dude, you know what they're calling the thing? They're calling it a Wii." But everybody's like, you know, they're making jokes about it, and they're like, "Dude, I don't even know. I don't think I like that name. It's like dorky, you know." But then now it's like, I think it's kind of cool because like even you know you tell adults about it, and like at first they don't even notice like the obvious joke. And then when they do, it's like so hilarious to them, but they still, it's nothing detrimental to the system because they already know that like a lot of people, you know, are giving it rave reviews and everything. So
Well,
it
I mean,
actually
like,
just
a lot
ends
of
up being
places
kind of
are
a cool
doing that
thing.
now. Oh, sorry.
So,
No, finish what you're saying. Sorry, I interrupted.
no, I'm done. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was
My friend
saying,
Brian is a little wet Wii.
well, I was,
I like to play with it.
okay, that's awesome, dude.
Now,
And
there's really only one
Um,
listener in Podtacular than me that will truly get that joke.
So
Alrighty.
anyway,
yeah,
he was trying to say
and,
something there.
Like what I was saying is that like a lot of people are doing that. Like Xbox, 360 it was originally called the Xenon. Halo 3 was originally called Forerunner. I mean, a lot of people are doing that. Change it up, you know. Oh, do you think this is what it's called? Guess what? It's not.
Oh,
See,
your
what they
face.
did was
they're
Switcheroo.
keeping people interested.
But what that did was it got everyone talking. Everyone was mad or whatever, but it got everyone talking about it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it got more buzz about it, and got more people to hear about it.
Yep.
yes, because at the
Yeah.
time, you know, you had the PS3 coming out, so they needed something to kind of sidetrack everybody's attention. So what?
And they did.
They have come up with some crazy name.
Yeah.
But at least the name has a meaning, you know. I guess, you know, it just means, you know, we, you know, everybody. We can play together and blah, 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 you know.
We can play with our Wiis.
We sure can.
All right.
Hey, JVV, why don't you read the last one with Red Channel there, and we'll wrap it up.
Sure. Certainly, buddy.
All right.
He goes, I bought my Wii on launch day. So far, I'm impressed that Nintendo is, 1, supporting an online console, and 2, getting some decent third-party support. I'm pretty satisfied with it so far, but in some places it falls short. For instance, rumble in the Wii remote feels out of place. The rumble motor is right under the A button, and while I'm playing Zelda, I can make Link roll, but sometimes you crash up against walls.
Ouch.
When this I know, right? The retarded Zelda.
Like in real
Hard
life,
link.
like you run into a wall. Ow!
Oh!
I feel your rumble.
Doesn't want to stop.
That's a concussion, dude. That's not a rumble.
Because when this happens, the controller feeds me a buzzing sensation in my hand for about 2.5 seconds, like a York peppermint patty.
Nice.
Anyway, feel good at all. Oh,
Taste the
and
sensation.
the nunchuck doesn't have the nunchuck doesn't have rumble in it. Feels kind of cheap and empty the inside. Online is not quite there, but it's coming. But the only thing you can do online with the Wii is send and receive text messages. You can send pictures and browse the web too. Now, what kind of pictures can you send? I mean,
You transfer them from your SD memory card, so you can take it off your computer, put on like the little SD card, and stick it onto your Wii, and you can edit it in the photo channel and send it off.
Like I heard, like if you've got a digital camera, you can take it right from your digital camera and put it on your Wii. That's what I heard.
Yeah, the SD card that's in the digital camera, you take that out, and pop it in.
Huh, that's kind of interesting. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
That
So,
means you can also mod the game saves by making some great stuff for modders. We do not condone modders in any sort. In fact, we hate them.
Yeah, so that's...
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Also says, so hopefully these miracle firmware updates will enable the system to expand upon more online features, like a chat channel or something. By the way, Weather Channel is pretty freaking sweet. Weather Channel, that's what exactly, guys?
Basically, you connect your Wii to WeConnect 24, and that's basically the online service. And the Weather Channel, you can update it to your location, so wherever you are in the world, and it will basically tell you the weather that's outside, what if it's windy, and you can actually zoom out, and it's a little cool feature. It's a globe, and you can spin it around and then stop it and then go to some place and figure out the temperature there. So, want to find out the temperature at your cousin's house? Go ahead, and that's what you can do.
That's
Sweet.
Cool. That's kind of cool.
So you can find
I
out like
based a
temperature in
hilarious
Siberia.
Penny Arcade comic off that.
Oh man, I love that. It's raining in Shanghai.
It's raining in Shanghai.
Nice.
Oh man,
That means you have to start
I
over.
hope you saved.
Now, he also goes on to say that, as for the games he bought Red Steel and Zelda. He said Red Steel is a piece of crap, and he would recommend that you do not buy it unless you want the box. Because the box is really nice for decoration. He also says Red Steel is broken and it feels totally unfinished, and there's a lot of bugs in it. He goes, Zelda isn't all that great either. He goes, in his opinions. He goes, sure, it's the best Zelda game ever. Well, that's kind of contradicting yourself.
Yeah.
Right? He goes, but the dungeons get boring and boring pretty quick because they all follow the same format of Arcana of Time.
Ocarina.
Yeah,
Ocarina.
Macarena of Time. And
Cortana?
Hey, Ocarina.
Ton of time?
he goes, most of the dungeons follow the same format of finding the key to the next room, finding a boss to get the item, get out of that room, finding about two or three keys, then fighting the main boss to get the magic thing, whatever that is.
The magic
Monopoly.
Wii.
The Wii?
He also said, but yeah, aside from all that, I'm pretty in love with the Wii. And he goes, if you plan on purchasing a second console this season, I would recommend that despite shortcomings, because they can all be fixed, and it's the most different out of the three. He goes, I just wish they had released a patch to keep the damn blue light on. Now, what is he said it only stays on when you receive system update or a message. I mean, what is this blue light he's talking about?
It's where the disc goes in. It's this little blue neon kind of looking thing, and it turns on. It flashes when you turn it on, and if you got a message, it'll flick on. Or if it's updating, then you have to reset the console. But yeah.
Now he kind of echoed my thoughts on the Wii, whereas I consider it a good complement to another system. Like I have an Xbox 360.
Right.
I'm thinking of getting a Nintendo Wii eventually. Think of it more as a complementary to a system that you size of what system you own. Do you guys feel that it's more of a complementary system, or do you feel it's a good standalone system to have?
It's a good complementary because like with my Xbox, like if I had my Wii, then like if I was playing Xbox and I got really mad, I would just go play on my Wii for like an hour and cool off and chill, and I could play an old game that I had nostalgia or euphoria with when I was a little kid, and I remember it and had fun with that. I'm like, oh, dude, I remember this level. You know, oh, that's where that one thing is. I can't believe I remember that. I played that game from like 10 years ago. I mean, I've had so many moments like in video games that I played as a kid, and that's pretty much what you could do with the Wii. But I mean, the Wii's pretty much just like a chill back, fall back system when you're not in a good mood.
It's the Wii is a very it's great for party games when you got like a bunch of people over, and it's like a cool thing to show off to people. You know, and actually I don't remember how this went exactly. I heard that at E3, like during the Wii, or Nintendo press conference, when the head guys from Xbox came over and said that maybe instead of getting a PS3, you could buy an Xbox 360 and a Wii.
Yeah, the Wii 60.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it started off. The Wii 60 started there. He was saying that it would be a good complement console. He was promoting, but a slap in the face at the same time.
Yes, absolutely. That's the same thing I was thinking because, it's a little degrading. I mean, indirectly saying, okay, Wii's gonna be cool, but you can still buy hours as your main console, and then once in a while play a Wii. And actually, Nintendo, it's okay with that because they weren't trying to compete, with the same technical babble that was going on between Xbox 360 and the PS3.
Yeah.
So they're out there to promote more of a, let's all get together and play the Wii for like 5-6 hours, And
well, it's like Nintendo. I think they know they're not the powerhouses they used to be when they first came out with Nintendo. So I mean, I think they're kind of embracing their second place standard now against Xbox and PlayStation.
Well, what I think is Nintendo's kind of almost aiming at a different market now.
Absolutely.
And it, like the Wii is really playable by anyone. It's very easy to pick up and it's a lot of fun. And like for a lot of people who haven't played games before, like one of the 360 controllers or whatever with all the different buttons, and it can be kind of intimidating. And with the Wii, to swing it, to play tennis, it's like it just comes natural.
Yeah, and Fumo, you were telling me that you're going to buy a Nintendo Wii because your wife can play it.
Yeah, dude, that is the one reason that I am gonna buy a Wii, because I tried everything, dude, to get my wife to play like games with me.
Good reason, though, dude.
It's a damn good reason. I'm telling you what, man. I mean, I bought Fusion Frenzy. I sold a bunch of games to buy a second 360 controller, and she just is not coordinated with the. I mean, we're used to it. We're gamers. We can, wrap our thumbs around a controller and get used to it real quick. But she's like, "What am I doing? This is weird." And she just gets confused and ticked off real quick with the controllers. But dude, a Wii, anybody can play that, man. You can just to swing a golf club, you swing a golf club. It's like you don't. There's no learning curve. So, I mean, I really think she'll be able to actually play it with me, which I'm really pumped about, and is definitely a big selling point for me.
Yeah, and that's why I feel that, with current gen now, being so expensive and being all about, new technology and graphic shaders and, polygon counts, Nintendo came out with something simple, yet something new. And it's the perfect console that's going to kind of even the playing field and give give hardcore gamers an outlet to something a little different, and it's going to keep things a bit fresh now in video game world.
Yeah. Well, I think the reason the Wii is a complementary console is since it has such a unique thing, anybody can use it. So if let's say, hypothetically, your wheeling grandmother comes over and you could play tennis with her, but then you can then also turn around, and if your grandmother's also one of those cool grandmothers, which I don't have, you could then turn around and play Gears with them. too.
Yeah.
So you could play with anyone and then still play the other games.
Dude, the
And
cuckoo
Nintendo's
clock's
already
going off,
said
man.
That they're...
Well,
Did you say the Ku Klux Klan is going on? That's what I heard.
That's definitely not what I said.
well, me, PS3, and the Xbox 360 is more of like with Granny. She comes over. You're gonna just show her, you know, the different games that are out. You know, like Gears of War. You're gonna be like, look, how beautiful this game looks like. As to where the Wii, you're gonna go, Grandma, here, take this controller, and just swing at the ball.
Yeah.
So totally different, you know. I mean, one, you know, unless you know you're video game savvy, like Fumo said, you know, you're not gonna just pick up a 360 controller and be like, oh, this is natural. A Wii, you know, after a few minutes of getting used to the, you know, actually using, you know, hands to play. And you know you're gonna get used to it. So it's definitely you know, came at the right time, man.
For real.
So before we cut the show, I want you guys to give a brief statement as to what your Wii means to you.
Okay, I'll go first with this.
And you are?
Stop it, Drew.
Where are you? And how did you get this Skype chat?
Yeah, of course. I'm happy. Gosh. Anyway, my Wii. What does it mean? It's just a great console. It's one of the better consoles I've owned. I don't have a 360, so that's why I'm saying that.
Okay.
Yeah, you can boo at me now. It's okay. Yeah, it's a great system. It doesn't have all the powerhouse graphics and all that stuff, but it's just really fun to play, and there's not really a reason to ignore it. You guys should definitely check it out.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, so this is what Clownix thinks. I love the Wii. It's a great thing. It's a great complementary system, and it would be great if they like. I love it so much. I want to name a part of my body after it. I'm not sure which one.
Okie dokie. All right. Next.
This is Axel Sore, and what the Wii means to me is it's a really great. It's gonna be a great way to get in touch with people and to play with people and have fun with each other. And you know before, like with some of my relatives and family members, they have no idea how to do a 360 game. But if I just said, here, try this out, and it's just picked it up, and it's another way to connect with people.
All right, well, this is Doctor.
I have a friend who just finished the Canadian campaign of Call of Duty.
Dude, you're talking over him there.
Nah.
Go ahead, Doctor.
Thanks. Okay. Anyway, I can't tell you what mine means to me because I don't have one. I can tell you what my friend's Wii means to me though, because whenever he brings it over, I pretty much steal it from him, and he never sees it until he leaves.
So you like playing with his Wii?
Yeah, dude. I'm playing with my Wii right now. But it's just brought forward. It's brought many people that I know together, like we'll hang out, just do fun stuff on the Wii, and it's just awesome that Nintendo's back in a big way.
And I agree with that statement. Nintendo was the king of the console, and they fell off for a while, and I guess they learned from their mistakes. And hey, they're back with a vengeance now.
They fell off the wagon, but they're back on.
With the nunchucks.
Yeah, man, 3 million consoles in a span of what, 2 months?
Yeah,
It's pretty impressive. You can't even find them.
Saying something, dude.
No, I lined up on launch day for like 5 hours. Like just a few people in front of me got one, and I didn't. And,
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Rough. Cool. So I guess we can wrap it up, yo.
Yeah. Well, guys, send in your comments, etc. to podtacular@gmail.com. We depend on your submissions to keep the show going. As you can hear, we've been changing up the format to keep things fresh, so keep an eye on podtacular.com for an invitation to send in stuff for next week's show. We're going to be talking all about what's going on with Halo 3, the latest info, stuff about what we can expect in that game in the future and what Podtacular is going to do to keep up with it.
Yep.
And you can call our listener voicemail at 206-888-HALO and leave a Halo-related message. We play these back regular on the Customs and Call-In show, so drop us a line.
Yeah, be sure to check us out at podtacular.com, and while you're there, check out the forums. There's a lot of buzz going on about Halo 3, Halo 2 Vista, and the new Halo 2 maps are going to be exclusive to the Xbox 360 in spring of 2007, and other stuff.
We have a website? Okay, keep going.
And thanks to all that contribute to Podtacular, whether it's working in the community or site, contributing to our channel, and helping out with the hosting bill, which according to Fumo Jive, comes every month.
Yeah.
And show and reviewing us in iTunes. We couldn't do it without you guys. And thank you very much.
For sure. And
Also,
until next time, guys, I'm Fumo Jive.
I'm JVB.
And I'm Axel Sword.
I'm Clown X, not spell check, contrary to what I've been thinking. Oh, also broadcasting from a paper tube.
Oh, no. Nice.
And
All right.
Other
So-
people.
Other people.
There's 2 other
I'm
people.
Night Shadow.
Night Shadow, dude. Late again.
You know, I want to know, what are you doing?
And I'm Sapadrew.
He's been swimming in the...
You guys are always
this week.
last.
And he's always like 10 minutes late.
Hey, thanks for coming on. You know, taking time off from a Friday night.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, guys.
And,
A lot of
You know,
fun, man.
yeah, and keep on fragging your Wii's
I'm gonna go play with mine right now.
Yeah.
and your your cuckoo clocks.
Yeah, exactly. And your ass wombs.
Wait. So is this when the theme music comes in right now?
Do it.
I think it's louder
Pretty much.
and louder.
No, it's drowning me out. Music, stop
That's
drowning me.
actually pretty funny if you got it louder, because I remember some other Podtac episode and it
Yeah,
got
with
louder
the
and louder and louder over the keyboard.
Lone Banana's phone.
Lone Banana Phone. Shout out to Lone Banana Phone. Yo, something.
Alright, guys.
Right,
See you next time.
See.
I need to give a shout out to Darkfoot, who needs it very badly.
Give up.
I'd like to give a shout out to my friend Black Moi, as he's known in Halo 2, or in other places, just Jack.
Okay.
Can't stop. You 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 can't stop.